one into the net, so 40-15. Welcome to you if you're tuning in for Alexander Bublik against Rinky Hijikata. Their match is about to get underway. They're just warming up. And Cerundolo and Draper will be next up as well on Stadium 2. Djokovic there, unreturned serve. So now when they return to the court, Kovacevic will be serving to stay in the match. Aerial shot there of Indian Wells. Can Kovacevic stay in this? Let me know in the live chat, by the way, who do you think will win? Kovacevic or Djokovic? Just write K for Kovacevic or D for Djokovic. Also hit that like button, and if you are new to the channel, hit subscribe. Okay, Kovacevic here serving 15 love 4-5. $15 love for the American. Do hit that like button. And of course, if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. Also get voting in our poll. Who do you think is going to win? And welcome to you if you're tuning in for Bublik versus Hijikata. That's just about to get underway. Meanwhile, Kovacevic under a bit of pressure on the forehand. There's a forehand win, a nice one there for the American, 30-15. Given the pressure, that wasn't easy. Okay, 30-15 here for Kovacevic. Second serve, though, for Djokovic to look at. Forehand goes into the net from Kovacevic, 30 all. So, pressure moments here. 2 points away. Djokovic from the win. Second serve as well. He'll be excited about this opportunity. Second serve here for Djokovic to look at 30 all. Biggest point of the match, no doubt about it. Out wide, good forehand return. Forehand from Kovacevic. Well defended by Djokovic. Forehand here from Kovacevic. Gives Djokovic a chance to get back into the rally, and he does. Kovacevic really should have been going in the opposite direction with that forehand. And after hour and 40 odd minutes, we have maybe a bit more, hour and 45 minutes. We getting close to 2 hours actually. We have a match point for Novak Djokovic, albeit it is on the Kovacevic serve. So Kovacevic to serve, 30-40. Second serve as well for Djokovic to look at. He'll be licking his lips right now. Huge opportunity now for Novak to progress. Forehand return. Forehand from Kovacevic. Backhand from Djokovic. Forehand Kovacevic is pretty good, but Djokovic deals with it. Backhand from Kovacevic, going to go long. The one-handed backhand weakness that Kovacevic displays on occasion today, but also throughout his career. He succumbs, but it was a great effort from him, pushing Novak. Novak being pushed in both of his matches so far to players outside the top 50. In the first match that he played here by Myshak was a 3-set win, and it's another 3-set win for Novak Djokovic, but he does progress. He will play the winner of Jack Draper and Franz Cerundolo in the next round. So that's when the real tests begin for Novak. And I would say on this level, 2 hours and 2 minutes, by the way, for his 6-4, 1-6, 6-4 win, this is not a level that is going to see Novak Djokovic go too much further in this tournament. That is my call. But of course, Novak is the master of pacing himself through tournaments, and he is a multiple winner in Indian Wells, albeit it's been about a decade now since really he showed his true form there. Early exits in recent years. Because he was comfortable on serve for most of the match, except in huge pressure moments. Pressure, by the way, is something Novak has been handling for the best part of 2 decades, and he handled it well today. Clutch serving in big moments from him. The second set really ran away from him pretty easily. And Kovacevic, like I say, for 90% of the match, served so well that even the best returner of all time, Novak Djokovic, couldn't deal with it. But it is Djokovic who progresses. But as I say, the test will get greater now for Novak. He signs it just simply with an autograph and I think a smiley face. Djokovic progresses to the round of 16. Let's have a quick look at some of the stats, by the way, from this encounter. Overall performance rating, Djokovic 8.2. I think that's a bit generous. I know that his stat is obviously data-based. 7.8 from Kovacevic. First serves in for Novak, 63%, winning a healthy 75% of those. He did serve well today. A couple of hairy moments, but he did generally serve quite well. Kovacevic getting just 56% of his first serves in. That won't have helped. The under 9-shot rally, by the way, scenario was very much going in favor of Kovacevic, winning 81 points of those compared to 75 of Novak. Novak, though, once the rallies went long over 9 shots, he won 80% of those. But unforced errors today from Novak Djokovic, just 16, but 44 from, at least in terms of forehands and backhands, from Kovacevic. And therefore, it is Novak Djokovic who progresses. Much to the delight of his fans. Kovacevic, yeah, I think some regrets for the American. He had his chances, wasn't able to take them, and as a result, he exits, and Djokovic is through. Hijikata and Bublik are underway, by the way, 1 game all. Hijikata serving there, so it's on serve. Fran, Swindlow and Draper are on court, just about to warm up. Mida Andreeva and Katerina Siniakova will also be on court shortly. For those of you just tuning in, by the way, do hit that like button. And of course, if you are new to the channel, hit subscribe. Welcome to you if you're watching or keen to watch the Jack Draper against Fran Cerundolo encounter. Good to have a few of you joining us. Of course, the winner of Cerundolo against Draper will be playing Novak Djokovic in the next round. Djokovic dispensing of Kovacevic in 3 sets. Another 3-setter for Novak to come through. Hijikata under a little bit of pressure here on his serve at 15-30. Going to get Bublik against Hijikata up on my big screen. And it's a little bit of pressure for Hijikata to deal with. And it's going to be a second serve as well. Backhand here, cross court into the backhand of Hijikata. But it is going to go long from Bublik, so 30 all. One game all, 30 all here. Bublik Cerundolo, sorry, Bublik Cerundolo. Draper Cerundolo will be getting underway very, very shortly. Mina Andreeva and Siniakova will be taking the court on Stadium 1 shortly as well, following that Djokovic 3-set win over Kovacevic. Okay, 40-30 here for Hijikata. Reminder that Cam Norrie beat Alex de Minaur today, 6-4, 6-4. And it is juice now. So Hijikata is serving, a little bit of pressure for him to deal with. Ace down the tee, that's a way to respond to the pressure. Djokovic-esque. Depends on where you are in the world. Let me know in the live chat where you're tuning in from, and then I can maybe point you in the right direction in terms of where you can watch it. Hijikata here, 1 game all, game point. Good backhand down the line, but Bublik deals with the defense here pretty well. But now it's going to be a volley. And I think Bublik is just going to miss that backhand down the line. 2-1. Okay, you're going for Rinky here. Draper Sarundalo. Winner will play Novak Djokovic. Do let me know in the live chat if you can hear me okay. I believe there's been 1 or 2 problems in hearing. Just write in the live chat. Can you hear me? Yes or no? 1, 2, 3. Sarundalo and Draper are warming up. Okay, 40 love here for Bublik. Should win the point from here, and he does, yes. Hijikata can't deal with that. So 2 games all. Okay, good to know you can hear me okay. I just think we had some audio issues a little while ago, but they seem to be back working okay. Okay, love 15 here on the Hijikata serve. Nice forehand winner there for Hijikata to get to 15 all. Oh, it's a lovely lob there from Bublik. Hijikata fighting to stay in this point. Now it's a smash for Bublik. Should win the point from it, but Hijikata fighting, 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 but he can't deal with that. Ooh, 15:30. Okay, smash here for Hijikata. But Bublik has hit it back into the rally. Oh, but now Bublik has a chance on the forehand, but he misses. So 30 all. Unreturned serve means we're at 40-30. Maria Sakkari and Iga Swiatek will be coming up later on today. Hijikata holds for 3-2. Do hit that like button, and if you are new to the channel, hit subscribe. The winner of Jack Draper and Francisco Cerundolo will be playing will be playing Novak Djokovic in the next round after Djokovic came through in 3 sets today over Kovacevic. The winner of Swiatek and Sakkari, by the way, will be playing Karolina Mukova because she came through in straight sets over Rusic today. Let's have a quick checkup on Jack Draper and Fran Cerundolo in arguably one of the matches of the day. That's a finely balanced one. Jack Draper, of course, won the title last year, but still easing his way back onto the tour from a back injury. Cerundolo serving first, and it is going to be a break point for Jack Draper. Draper, of course, coming through a 3-set match in the previous round against Roberto Bautista Agut. The close second serve in terms of close to being a double fault there. Draper, of course, on the backhand here because he's a lefty, but Cerundolo puts his backhand into the net, and it is Draper who makes his move already in this match. He's up an early break. 1-love he leads over Fran Cerundolo. Just 4 minutes on the clock for that particular encounter. The number 14 seed and defending champion, 1-love with a break, he leads. Also, of course, hit the like button, and if you are new to the channel, hit subscribe. Draper here, love 15, but it is going to be an unreturned serve, so it's now 15 all. Give us a follow, by the way, on Instagram at Talking Tennis TT. I've got lots of content there as well. Good forehand winner there from Draper on the run, going in behind Franz Wunderloh. So 30-15. Forty 15 here now for Draper, so 2 game points to consolidate that break. That lob is gonna go long. So 40-30. Andreeva and Siniakova are warming up. And it is Andreeva serving first. She's 15-40 down. As we welcome, for those of you tuning in, to Andreeva against Siniakova, and it is Andreeva in a spot of bother already at the beginning of this match. She's gonna have to fend off 2 break points. Draper consolidates, by the way, 2-love, he leads. 3 matches on the singles side currently underway. We have Draper leading 2-love over Franz Wunderloh. Hijikata and Bublik are 3-all. Andreeva has just saved the first of those break points, so 30-40. For those of you just tuning in, do hit that like button. And if you are new to the channel, hit subscribe. Turn that music off now. Siniakova gets the break. So she draws first blood already, just like Jack Draper did against Franz Wunderloh. Draper and Siniakova have broken their opponent's serve in the opening game of the match, and Draper was consolidated. Now, Siniakova and Draper will change ends. Can Siniakova, like Jack Draper, consolidate the break too? Of course, Jack Draper is the defending champion here. Andreeva is also the defending champion on the WTA side. So we've got 2 defending champions in action right now on courts 1 and 2. Hijikata with 2 game points to get to 4-3. So Wunderloh here, 30-love. Do let me know in the live chat who you think is winning the tournament in Indian Wells. Also hit the like button. Of course, if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. 3 game points here for Fran Cerundolo, by the way. Backhand into the forehand of Fran. Fran going up to the forehand of Jack Draper. By the way, that running forehand from Jack is something that's definitely improved in his game over the last couple of years. 2-1, Draper leads. Because Fran Cerundolo has held serve for the first time in the match. Got broken early doors. So 2-1, change of ends. In what I think was a very finely balanced match, but Draper has got the early break. We will have a watch-along for Iga Swiatek against Maria Sakkari. That will take place on Stadium 1 at the conclusion of Mira Andreeva and Siniakova. Talking of which, Siniakova here, 1 love, but 30 all on her serve as she seeks to consolidate that early break, the Czech, over the defending champion. Let me know in the live chat, by the way, who is going to win, Draper or Cerundolo? Just write D and then hit return if you think it's Draper. If you think Cerundolo's winning, hit C and then hit return. Also in the live chat, if you think Mira Andreeva is going to win, hit A and then hit return. If you think it's going to be Siniakova, write S and hit return. A little bit of agility there. Do hit the like button, by the way. And of course, if you are new to the channel, hit subscribe. I see a British flag there in the crowd cheering on Jack Draper. First serve in from Draper, and it's an ace, 15 love. Deuce between Siniakova and Andreeva. You don't think Andreeva was going to give up her title that easily, did you? Oh, Bublik, 15-30 on his serve. Draper's raced into a 40-love lead here, by the way, to get to 3-1. In fact, 3-1 it is indeed for the Brit. So, Fran Cerundolo to serve at 1-3. Casper Ruud up against Vacherot today, by the way. I think that's a finely balanced one. I might just lean Casper, but I don't think any result really would surprise me that much. Miss-hit return there from Draper, but it does land in. Backhand from Cerundolo to the forehand of Jack Draper. And that shot from Cerundolo is going to go long. And so it is love 30 here on the Fran Cerundolo serve. Okay, Cerundolo on the forehand. And that's going to go long as well. So 3 break points here for Jack Draper to go up a double break on Fran. But he has saved the first of those break points. $15.40. Is he going to save the second one? Backhand from Draper, clips the net. Bit lucky there for Jack. Nice forehand winner there for Fran. 30-40. And he saved another one to get to deuce. Meanwhile, Siniakova's consolidated that break, and Andreeva is down. Love 30. Well, well, well. We will have a watch along for Casper Ruud against Valentin Vachereau as well. Cerundolo's won 4 points in a row, so he's now got a game point. Let me know in the live chat, by the way, where are you tuning in from? I'd love to know. Can Cerundolo hold serve here? Be a decent hold, obviously, having to fend off those 3 break points. But I think it might be a double fault, so we're back to deuce. Cerundolo here serving at deuce. It's a good serve down the tee, but Draper's got it back in play. Draper a bit lucky there again with a forehand that wasn't very cleanly hit. But we are into the rally right now, and it is Cerundolo's forehand that breaks down. No hint of an apology there from Drac, but anyway, break point for Fran Cerundolo. But he's going to save it, deuce. Are we going to get another? Oh, wonderful backhand there from Fran Cerundolo cross court. Draper on the full stretch, but he can't get to it. And so we've got a game point once again for Fran Cerundolo. He has saved 3 break points, don't forget, in this game. Yeah, so we will have watch-alongs as well for Casper Ruud against Valentin Vachereau and Iga Swiatek against Maria Sakkari. Cerundolo Draper at deuce. Once again, Cerundolo really being made to work for this hold. Are we going to get another break point? We are going to get another break point for Jack Draper. Excuse me. So, break point here for Jack Draper. Where are you going to go with this? Forehand return. Surundler down the line. Draper, though, defending pretty well. Draper on the forehand now. On the forehand of Surundler. Good depth there from Fran, but decent depth as well from Draper. Backhand now into the forehand of Draper. Down the line, backhand cross court from Draper. Is that going to go long? No. Yes, it is. Yeah, deuce. Meanwhile, we have a double break advantage for Katerina Siniakova over Mira Andreeva. Are we going to get another upset today? I think it's fair to say that de Minaur losing in straight sets to Cam Norrie is a little bit of an upset. Jessica Pegula survived a scare. She was down a set and a break in her encounter to Ostapenko. Nice forehand there from Surundler, but defended pretty well by Draper. And in fact, that forehand's going to break down from Surundler as he goes wide. So it's another break point here for Jack Draper. And the forehand goes into the net from Sunderland. We're up. We've got a double break advantage now for Jack Draper. Meanwhile, Bublik serving at 4-5. He has a game point. So we have double break advantages for Jack Draper and Siniakova. Katerina Siniakova up 3-love with a double break over Mira Andreeva. Jack Draper leads Fran Surundler with a double break and 4-1. Remind you that there were wins for Djokovic, Pegula, Cam Norrie, and Karolina Mukova already today. All of these matches you can see on the screen are the live ones. We've got Opelka and Sinner pairing up in the doubles, but they are down a set and a break to Granollers and Zeballos. Also got Felix Auger-Aliassime and Sebi Korda up against Melo and Zverev. So plenty of big names on the doubles Indian Wells roster. Order of play today, we'll see Sakkari and Swiatek take the court once Andreeva and Siniakova are done. Mickelson and Fritz will take the court when Surundler and Draper are done, and Vachereau and Casper Ruud will take the court when Bublik and Hijikata are done. Four 1-15 love here for Jack Draper. $15 all. 30 all here on the Draper serve. So he looks to consolidate this double break advantage that he holds, the defending champion. Elise Mertens and Belinda Bencic will be on court shortly. Baseline points won in this match so far, 17 for Jack Draper and just 7 for Fran Cerundolo. Okay, let's have a quick look at the state of play. Forehand winner there from Draper. And he's held for 5-1. So, big style Jack Draper up here in what I thought was going to be a very tricky match for the defending champion. But thus far, he's making pretty quick work of this first set at least anyway. Good forehand there from Cerundolo. Cerundolo comes into the net and Draper tries to pass but fails. So 15 love. Hello, Derek. Watching from Trinidad. Wonderful to have you on board. Hit that like button, by the way, Derek. And of course, if you are new to the channel, hit subscribe. I hadn't noticed the drop in form. I mean, didn't Cerundolo win in Buenos Aires recently? So, I mean, to win that title in your homeland in straight sets over a formidable opponent in the form of Darderi, I wouldn't say he's in that bad a form. And plus his pedigree in the desert, or I should say, across these two tournaments is pretty good. Certainly in Miami, he's done very well in the past. And obviously a 250 is not huge for all the players on the tour, but Cerundolo, I mean, given the importance that's obviously there for an Argentinian in his homeland, but that backhand into the net is not going to help. 15-30. Mino Andreeva's got one of the breaks back on Siniakova. So it is 3-2 now. Back-to-back wins there in terms of the games for Mina. Hijikata and Bublik are still on serve. 5-all, 40-15 for the Australian. Draper here is close to winning this first set. And in fact, there's going to be a forehand error there from Cerundolo. Lost his balance a bit. And we've got 2 set points for Jack Draper. 15-40. Okay, backhand cross court from Cerundolo goes into the net. 6-1. Jack Draper gets that first set wrapped up pretty quickly. That was a swift first set. 32 minutes. 3 breaks of serve. Cerundolo just held once across his 4 service games. And as a result, Draper's going to serve first in the second set. Siniakova serving 3-2, 15 all. Hijikata does indeed hold Regarding the stats from that first set, Draper performance rating 8.3 compared to Cerundolo 6.7. Draper, 41% of his serves unreturned. And he also got 75% of his first serves in and won a whopping 93% of his first serves. And he didn't win any of his second serves. How about that? Curious, no? Both pretty good at the net. Cerundolo 4 from 4, Draper 2 from 3. And in terms of off the ground, just 5 unforced errors from Draper in that first set. Alex Michelsen, of course, going to be coming up against Taylor Fritz shortly. That match will be on Stadium 2, so I think it might be coming up after this one. This one's on Stadium 2 as well, so it's the next match on this stadium. And who knows, if Draper can race through the next set, then Michelsen and Taylor Fritz will be on the court sooner than you think. Okay, so Draper wraps up that first set in 32 minutes, 6-1, and he's going to serve now to commence the second set. And Swindler wins the first point here on the Draper serve, so it is love 15. Serves down the tee, forehand return. Those two good. That's for serve from Draper. The first serves from him today have been awesome. So 30-15 here for Draper. He's on the defense here, but he's defending really well today. The depth there from Sundler, but look at this, and I think he's got a bit lucky there with that volley. Has Sundler 30 all. Does Michelsen have a chance against Taylor Fritz? Do we think? Taylor Fritz, of course, also a former champion. I say also because Cam Noy, a former champion, he won his match over Alex de Minaur in straight sets today. Maybe I was a bit harsh regarding that volley because that wasn't too bad from Sunderland. Sunderland's been pretty good at the net today, despite being well down in this match. Oh, a forehand here goes long from Draper, and it's going to be 30-40. Good serve down. No, he's just missed that first serve, has Draper. So this is good news for Franz Cerundolo. Great serve out wide, considering that was a second serve. But Draper dumps the backhand in the net. And we've got an early break here for Franz Cerundolo. 1-love, he leads. Excellent start for Surundalo in this second set. Just what the doctor ordered. So 1-love, he leads at the beginning of this set. What's going on between Bublik and Hijikata? Are they into a tiebreak? Yes, they are. Bublik serving 2-3 in this tiebreak. Forehand return from Hijikata. Now on the forehand of Hijikata into the backhand of Bublik. Bublik there with good depth, but Hijikata deals with it. He can't deal with that forehand. 3-all, change of ends. So 3-all, change of ends. 52 minutes. Bublik, where are you going with this serve? Clip the net. So it's still going to be another first serve. Hijikata here, 3-4. Becomes 5-3 now because Bublik has a mini break advantage. Nice passing shot. Hijikata at the net there. So the favourite in this particular encounter is up a mini break in this tie break. Second serve as well for Bublik to look at here. Can he set himself up with 3 set points? Forehand return. Now on the forehand of Hijikata. Backhand from Bublik into the forehand of Hijikata. Forehand now from Bublik is decent. Got decent depth. Hijikata can't deal with it. It is indeed going to be 3 set points. And the first 2 will be on the Bublik serve. Bublik serves, unreturned. He wins the first set by 7 games to 6. Jack Draper and Fran Surundalo, meanwhile. Surundalo consolidated to lead 2-love, but Draper is up 40-love here on his serve. Let's have a quick dip into the match between Mira Andreeva and Katarina Siniakova. They are at the change of ends. And it is Siniakova who still leads with that break, 4-3. Andreeva talks to the umpire about something there. I don't know what exactly. Excuse me. Okay. Fans Runela, they're not looking very happy, but he's got to be happier than he was after losing that first set in a pretty dispiriting manner by 6-1. What do we think about Alex Ayala's chances against Noskova? It's pretty much a 50-50, I think. Okay, Siniakova here serving 4-3, but it is love 15. She was a double breakup. It's just the one break of serve advantage now that she has. Surundel has a break of serve advantage in the second set, having lost the first by 6-1 against Jack Draper. And it's love 30 here on the Siniakova serve. So Andreeva applying some pressure now, really, to Katerina Siniakova. They're into the rally here, exchanging forehands. Now it's a forehand slice from Siniakova. Siniakova, of course, excellent doubles pedigree, but less so in the singles. Backhand here, defensive shot from Siniakova. Forehand from into the forehand there. Cross court from Mino Andreeva, but Siniakova still fighting. Excellent forehand there. Andreeva struggles to defend this, but it's going to land in, so we're still in the rally. And Katerina Siniakova's forehand breaks down. Love 40. Break points. Bencic and Mertens, by the way, are warming up. Oh, who's he playing doubles with? I didn't even know he was in the doubles. Who's he playing doubles alongside, Matthew? Hello, it's Jones V9Y. Hey, Talking Tennis, you think Rinky would get 2 break points? Well, I mean, he's lost the first set. Do you mean he's going to break serve twice? Because I'm not quite sure I understand your question otherwise. Oh, Draper gets the break back. 2 games all. So they are back on serve, and so are Siniakova and Mira Andreeva. Mira Andreeva was down a double break. And it's Andreeva serving here at 15 love. Who's Djokovic playing alongside in the doubles? Bublik and Hijikata are one game all. Bencic and Mertens are warming up. Okay. Draper's held for 3-2. Was down 2 love, so 3 games in a row for the Brit. Change of ends. Mino Andreeva 4 all, 30-15. Yes, it is. 41 minutes on the clock there. 40-15 now for Mino Andreeva. So 2 game points for her to get to 5-4. Welcome to those of you who are tuning in for Elise Mertens against Belinda Bencic. They're just warming up at the moment, so I'm going to keep you up to date with all the other matches that are going on. Those matches are Mino Andreeva, 4 all with Siniakova in the first set, but Mino was down a double break. Alexander Bublik has won the first set on a tiebreak over Rinky Hijikata. They were 1 all in the second. And Savundla and Draper were on serve in the second set. Draper won the first set by 6 games to 1. So that has bring you up to date with all things singles. Okay, Savundla here serving at 2-3. Manu Andreeva has held, by the way. And Mertens and Bencic are underway. Bencic serving first. It's love 15. Mino Andreeva 5-4. She leads Siniakova now. They're on serve, but it was a double break advantage Siniakova had at 2 love. Has Savundla missed that forehand? Yeah, I think he has. That's 15 all. Someone here hoping for a Hijikata break back. Yeah, let me know in the live chat. Who's Novak playing? Who's Novak Djokovic playing his doubles alongside? Some big forehands there from Cerundolo. He gets to 40-15. Siniakova now serving to stay in the first set. Three all. Cerundolo holds. We're getting closer to 30,000. Subscribers. Unreturned serve there from Draper, so it's 15 love. Siniakova here under pressure. 15 all on her serve, serving to stay in the first set. If you hit subscribe, you'll see this number tick over, by the way, which is pretty cool. And you'll know that was you who made that difference. Siniakova here under pressure. Clenched fist for Mira Andreeva tells you that it's 15-30. Unreturned serve for Draper, 30 love. Break point for Mertens on the Bencic serve, by the way. And we're going to have 2 set points now for Mira Andreeva, the defending champion, just like Jack Draper is trying to seal the first set. Look at Siniakova there, looking a pretty frustrated figure. Of course, she was up 3 love with a double break in this set. Draper holds for 4-3. Good return there. A good serve from Siniakova. And she wins that point. So one of the set points has been saved, 30-40. But she's going to have to save another one. And Andreeva wins the set. There's a smile from Siniakova, but inside she must be hurting. 30 love now for Siniakova. Or love 30, I should say. Yeah, I would like to know who Novak Djokovic is supposed to be playing this evening, by the way. Hopefully my microphone will work a bit better now. Siniakova, by the way, is broken in the first game of this set. Let me know, does my microphone work a little bit better now? TNG antisocial. Let me know. Drop shot there. It's not going to work, that one from Draper, nor's that passing shot. So 15-40 now. 2 break points for Fran Cerundolo. How significant could this be? Okay, we're into the rally here. Draper here trying to save one of these break points. Backhand from Draper into the forehand of Cerundolo. Forehand from Draper goes into the net. Cerundolo apologizes. I think there might have been a mishit in that rally. But either way, he breaks. 5-4, he leads. And when they return to the court, he will serve for the second set. He was up an early break, Fran, but that was quickly ceded. Can he now consolidate this break and win the first set? Do let me know, TNG antisocial. Let me know if the microphone is maybe working a bit better now. Fingers crossed it is. Let me know in the live chat. Who is winning? Andreeva, hit A. Siniakova, hit S. Let me know. Who you think is winning the match? Bublik and Hijikata on serve in the second set. Bencic, by the way, leads Mertens by a break, 2-love. It was Mertens who had an early break point opportunity on the Bencic serve, but wasn't able to take it. Bencic eventually holding. Then Bencic wins, holds serve for 2-love, by the way. Sorry. Then Bencic goes and breaks Mertens for 2-love. And now she's looking to consolidate that break, and she's serving 2-love, 15-love. If you're just tuning in, do hit that like button. And if you are new to the channel, hit subscribe. Yeah, so hit A for Andreeva or S for Siniakova, depending on who you think will win. Siniakova here at deuce on her serve as she looks to consolidate that early break. Bencic has 3 game points, by the way, for 3-love. Oh, we've got the order of play out for tomorrow. And Alex Ialo is on last on the Stadium 1 court. So 6 p.m., 7 p.m., 8 p.m. Pacific time. Say 8 p.m. there, which will be about, yeah. That's the order of play for tomorrow. First up will be Sabalenka Osaka on Stadium 1. First up on Stadium 2 will be Feast against Felix. Eight matches on the singles side tomorrow. All of these round of 16 clashes, of course. Lerner Tien, by the way, good win for him yesterday over fellow lefty Ben Shelton in 3 sets. Do let me know in the live chat, by the way, who you think is going to win. Derek here thinks Miro Andreeva will win this match. I think he might be right. And she's just broken back, by the way, for 1 game all. Once again, down a break, but she manages to retrieve that. She was actually down a double break in the first set. By the way, we've got some break points here for Jack Draper. Franz Underl serving for the second set, 15-40. Serves out wide, backhand return from Draper. It's going to be a second serve for Draper to look at. So 15-40 here. Franz serving for the set. Forehand return from Draper. Unbelievable topspin that he gets on both sides, particularly the forehand. That's a good backhand from Cerundolo, and Draper just can't quite deal with it. It was actually good defense from Draper to get his racket on it, but in the end it went just long. So 30-40. Meanwhile, Hijikata under pressure on his serve. 2-3, deuce. Bencic did indeed consolidate, so she's up 3-love on Mertens. And Siniakova and Andreeva are on serve. Breakpoint number 2 here for Jack Draper on the Cerundolo serve. 30-40. Where are you going with this serve? Down the tee, but you're going to miss the first serve. So a second serve for Jack Draper to look at as he looks to get this second set back on serve. 5-4, Cerundolo serving. Down the tee. Hell of a kick on that one. Forehand now into the forehand of Draper. Backhand cross court from Cerundolo. Backhand now into the forehand of Draper once again. Draper going big on that forehand, and Cerundolo can't deal with it. Draper's super happy with that. 5-all. So they are back on serve. Cerundolo was serving for the second set, 1 hour and 8 minutes on the clock, but he's not able to serve it out. Miro Andreeva was down an early break, but she's got it back to 1 game all and leads 30-15 on her serve. Game point for Hijikata, 2-3 in that particular match on Stadium 3. And Mertens is serving at love 3, 30-all against Belinda Bencic. That is bringing you up to date with all things tennis from Indian Wells. Do let me know in the live chat, by the way, who's winning. Who do you think will win this match, Andreeva or Siniakova? Just write an A in the live chat and click return, or an S if you think Siniakova is winning. Also, let me know if you can hear me okay. I think there's been 1 or 2 issues with our audio today. Andreeva here serving at 30-all, by the way, and Jack Draper is 15-all on his serve at 5-all. Hijikata has held for 3-all. He is, of course, down a set, having lost the first set on a tiebreak. There was a good return of serve then from Fran to get us to 15-all. Mertens has a game point to get her first game on the board. Okay, forehand here from Draper into the forehand of Franz Cerundolo. Backhand Draper cross court. Forehand Cerundolo also into the backhand of Draper. Draper's going to miss that backhand cross court. So 15-30. Jack Draper, defending champion, leads Franz Cerundolo by 1-0. Miro Andreeva, defending champion, leads Katarina Siniakova by 1-0. Mertens is on the board. She holds But she is down 3-1 in the first set to Belinda Bencic. Jack Draper up the line there to the backhand of Fran Cerundolo. Backhand Cerundolo to the forehand of Draper. That forehand, I think, used to be a weakness for Jack, but I think it's a bit of a strength these days. Draper goes long on the forehand there, though, but he was on the defense, so I think you could almost call that a forced error on the forehand side, just as I was bigging up his forehand. And it is 2 break points for the Argentinian. Excuse me. Once Andreeva and Siniakova has finished, we will have Sakkari against Swiatek, and I will be bringing you commentary of that match. The first of these break points by Draper has been saved. Oh, Djokovic is playing alongside Tsitsipas. I didn't know that. Wow. Draper saves another break point, gets us to deuce. Wonderful to have 40 of you watching this Andreeva-Siniakova match. I want to know in the live chat who you think is winning the match. Draper comes in for a serve volley. It should help him win the point, and it does. Game point, Jack Draper for 6-5. If he was to win this next point, when they return to the court, Fran Cerundolo would be serving to stay in the match. And he does win this next point. So, Fran Cerundolo from 5-4 serving for it. He is now down 6-5 in this second set. Yeah, let me know in the live chat. Who's going to win, Draper or Cerundolo? Yeah, how about that? Djokovic and Tsitsipas are playing doubles alongside each other. I didn't even know they got on that well. Oh, well. Derek here thinks Mino Andreeva will win. Rinky, Hijikata and Bublik are on serve in their second set. We've not had any breaks of serve in that match. The first set went to a tiebreak, won by Bublik by 7 points to 3. Bencic hit 3-1, 40-30. This service game for Mino Andreeva, by the way, is lasting a pretty long time. Plenty of Brits out in support of Jack Draper today. An hour and 13 minutes on the clock for Stadium 2. Mino Andreeva, the defending champion, is going to have to save a break point here at 1-game-all. Fran Cerundolo up against the defending champion on the men's side. He is serving at 5-6, but he has at least won the first point on his serve to get to 15-love. Coming up on this court, the court number 1, that is, after Andreeva and Siniakova, will be Maria Sakkari and Iga Swiatek. We will have a watch along for that, so please hit that like button, and of course, if you are new to the channel, hit subscribe. Backhand from Surundalo clips the net and comes back down on his side. So 15 all. Right now, Jack Draper is 3 points away from a very impressive straight sets win. Hijikata serving at 3-4 in the second set. Bencic has a game point for 4-1. Andreeva has saved the break point, so they're now back to deuce in what is turning into an epic game here. The third game in the second set. 1 game all. Second serve here for Draper to look at. Run around forehand return is pretty big, and it's put him in charge of the point. Draper probably wins the point from here. Just slightly up in this rally after some good depth on some of his shots. Maybe at neutral right now. That wind is moving that ball around quite a bit. Wonderful backhand, though, there from Draper. And the forehand's going to go long from Surundalo, meaning Jack Draper is 2 points away from the win. Siniakov is going to have another break point on the Mira Andreeva serve. Hijikata 3-4, 30 love. And Bencic does indeed hold. So she leads 4-1 against Elise Mertens in the first set over on court number 4. Just about 24 minutes on the clock there, the change of ends. Surundalo, by the way, at 15-30, does indeed get us to 30 all after a miss hit on the forehand from Jack Draper. But nevertheless, Jack is still 2 points away from the win. If he was to win the next point, he would have a match point, but he doesn't win the next point. Fran Surundalo gets us to 40-30, and therefore the Argentinian is now 1 point away from taking us into a second set tiebreak. This game between Andreeva and Siniakova has been going on for what feels like forever. Let me know where in the world you are tuning in from, by the way, to watch these matches today. I'm in Bonn in Western Germany. I'd love to know in the live chat where you are. Let me know in the live chat where you are and click return. I'm in Germany. I know we have someone in from Trinidad watching this match. I know Matthew's in the UK, unless he's on holiday. Andreeva with a nice volley there to get us to game point for a 2-1 lead for Mira. Fran Surundalo has a game point to take us to a tiebreak. But can he take us to a tiebreak? Forehand here from Surundalo into the backhand of Draper. Forehand from Surundalo, but he's going to miss it, so we're at deuce. Backhand return from Draper is good. Backhand from Surundalo is just over the net. My goodness me. Now Surundalo is going to hit a forehand. He's going to go long. I think that wind is playing havoc at the moment. And as a result, we have a match point for Jack Draper. Okay, I'm going to talk you through this. Match point for Jack Draper. Serve down the tee. Forehand from Surundalo is going to go wide. Jack Draper does indeed get over the line. 6-1, 7-5. Fran Surundalo was serving for the second set. He was also up an early break in the second set, but it is ultimately Jack Draper who gets the job done on the Surundalo serve. A very impressive straight sets win to set up a round of 16 clash with Novak Djokovic. Very impressive today from the Brit. Raced away in that first set with a 32-minute 6-1 win, breaking every single Fran Surundalo serve bar one. Broke him 3 times in that first set. Fran was never comfortable on serve today. He'll look to have better luck in Miami, where he has had some good runs, including a semi-final run in the past. But today was not his day, but it very much was Jack Draper's. By the way, the wind was playing an effect today, I think, for both players, including some of those last points where we saw both sort of struggling at times. And there was an unforced error on the forehand side from Fran in particular, with the wind playing havoc. but it is Jack Draper with an impressive result, I would say, and performance, to be fair to the Brit. His title defense is still on track, but it's going to get tougher from here on in as he plays Novak Djokovic in the next round. Let's have a look at some of the stats. Performance rating for Draper, 8.0. Fran Cerundolo was really off it today, 6.9. Serve quality from Drac was 8, and 40% of his serves were unreturned. 67% of his first serves landed in, and he won 79% of those. So a very good serving day from Drac, but also a poor return day, I would suggest, from Fran Cerundolo. In fact, his return quality, as we can see, 5.9. Very underwhelming. Both players doing very well at the net, I would suggest. But off the wings, 29 unforced errors for Fran, most of which on the forehand side. And as I say, the wind didn't really help either player, but Fran seemed to struggle with it a lot more than Jack, particularly as Jack was hitting that ball just that little bit harder. Under 9 shot rallies were very much going the way of Jack. And as I say, at the net, both players doing very well. Fran winning 7 out of 7 points there, and Jack Draper winning 5 from 6 at the net. The total defense is still on. And from Jack Draper's perspective, given the difficulty of his opponent today, but also the fact that he's still coming back to the tour from an injury situation, I think must please Jack immensely. And it does see him through to the next round. Okay. Oh, you're in the Philippines, Rufan. 5:45 where you are. Okay. Do get voting in our poll, by the way, as to who you think is going to win. So, Draper through, joining fellow Brit Cam Norrie in the round of 16, who beat Alex de Minaur early on today. Belinda Bencic, by the way, 4-2, 15 love, she leads. Hijikata is serving to stay in the match against Alexander Bublik. So let's tune in to that particular clash right now. Four-five, Hijikata serving to stay in the match. Okay, here we go. Hijikata forehand into the forehand of Bublik. Forehand Hijikata into the backhand of Bublik. We haven't had any breaks of serve yet in this match so far. It's a good backhand cross court from Hijikata, and Bublik can't deal with it. So, 15 love. Fifteen all, though. So, technically, Bublik 3 points away from the win. Meanwhile, Mirovan Driver has a break point to go up, has set in a break over Siniakova. Hijikata now 30-15. We will have Taylor Fritz coming up against Alex Michelsen shortly. Okay. Good return there from Bublik. He's into the rally right now, but I think he's gone long with that backhand he has. 40-15. Siniakov has saved the break point, by the way. Just a reminder that Jack Draper and Cam Norrie matches today. So the Brits are safely through in straight sets. Two former champions in the desert. Hijikata here, 40-30. One of the game points has come and gone. Okay. 5 games all. Hijikata holds. So, love 15 as well here on the Bublik serve. Welcome to those of you just joining in who want to know about Taylor Fritz and Alex Mickelson. They will be taking to the court for their match very shortly. That is on court number 2, where we've just seen Jack Draper beat Fran Cerundolo. Siniakova has a game point for 2 all. And Bencic is applying pressure to the Mertens serve once again. 2-5, that is the score there. But Mertens serving at 2-5, 15-30. Meanwhile, Bublik here under a bit of pressure on his serve at 5 games all. But it is 40-30 now on the Bublik serve. And Bublik does hold for 6-5. Interesting location for that plaster that seems to be sticking the shoes together for, I think, Rinky Hijikata. It's a bit of tape there on the shoe to stop it from falling apart. kind of comical. We have some break points on the Miran-Driver serve. Okay, 15 love here for Hijikata, and Siniakova gets the break on the serve of, Miran-Driver. A double break in the first, but wasn't able to take advantage of that situation because she ended up losing the first set. Okay, Hijikata here serving to stay in the match, 5-6, but he is up 30-15 on his serve. Belinda Bencic has won the first set over Elise Mertens, 6-2. Comfortably the better player there over that first set, which lasted just a little under 40 minutes. Mickelson and Fritz just entering the court ahead of their match on Stadium 2. Siniakova leads 3-2 with a break. Hijikata here trying to get to a tie break, 40-15. Matthew here thinks that, oh, I've got the music on. Sorry, I'm going to turn it off. Thank you, producer Matthew. Yeah, she does have issues, I think, at the moment, doesn't she, Matthew? I wonder if her and Conchita Martinez are going to go their separate ways at some point this season. Hijikata has forced a tiebreak against Bublik. Okay, we're in the tiebreak here. Bublik on top of this point, should win it with a smash, and does. 1-0, Alexander Bublik. So Hijikata serving 0-1. Siniakova serving 3-2, love 30. Bencic is serving at the beginning of the second set against Elise Mertens, has 40-15 on her serve. Hijikata eases himself into a 2-1 lead, but Siniakova is going to have to save 3 break points now at love 40. Can she do so? She's missed the first one, Andreeva, missed the first break point opportunity, so 15-40. Okay, 2-1 Hijikata. Backhand now into the forehand of Bublik. Backhand Hijikata goes cross-court into the backhand, which is going to be a drop shot from Bublik, but Hijikata is going to get there. Now, can he get the pass? What a volley from Hijikata. Sensational. 3-1. What unbelievable hands there at the net. Has Siniakova got this break? No, she hasn't. Not yet. 30-40. Nice pass there from Mira Andreeva. And Andreeva breaks back. So they are now on serve once again. Meanwhile, Hijikata, mini break advantage, 4-2, change of ends. Mira Andreeva, Siniakova, 3 games all in the second set. Mira Andreeva won the first set by 6-4. Mira has been down a break already in this set on one occasion, but she's broken back. And in the first set, she was down a double break. She's got 3 game points now, Mira, for 4-3. Meanwhile, Hijikata is up 5-2 in the tiebreak, and it's now 6-2. So 4 set points here for Rinky Hijikata. Mira Andreeva was held for 4-3. And Bencic has held serve at the beginning of the second set against Elise May Mertens. Mertens has a game point to make it 1 game all. The first set point has come and gone, though. So we are at 6-3 now. Hijikata, Bublik. Welcome to you if you're just tuning in from the Philippines. Well, I know it's very early in the morning. So 6-3, Hijikata here serving. 3 set points. 1 set point has come and gone. Good serve down the tee, but Bublik does well to get a racket on it. Good defending here from Bublik. Now it's a smash for Hijikata, and he puts it away. Bublik does a racket smash. He is furious. Hijikata wins the second set by 7-6. It looks like members of Hijikata's team are laughing at that, but I think that's members of his team laughing at that racket smash from Bublik. That was a hell of a racket smash from Bublik. And it's 7-6. That's 2 tiebreaks we've had, and we're going the distance in this Hijikata Bublik encounter. Will we go the distance in Mira Andreeva against Katarina Siniakova? I don't think we will. I think Mira Andreeva will probably get this done in straight, but we'll see. Taylor Fritz and Mickelson are warming up. Taylor Fritz will serve first in that encounter. Bublik, Hijikata going 3 sets. Mertens and Bencic are 1 game all in the second set. Bencic won the first set by 6-2. So that has brought you up to date with all things singles tennis in Indian Wells. Ghosty there saying Bamos. Insert whoever you wish here. You can do it. Hello, Ghosty. How are you? Make sure you hit that like button. And wonderful to have you on board today. Okay, so Siniakova here serving 3-4, 15 all. $15.30. So, bit of pressure here for Siniakova now on her serve at 15.30. Bublik is back on court. Siniakova comes into the net. Is Mira Andreeva going to pass her? She is. 15.40. 2 break points for Mira Andreeva. She takes one of the next 2 points. She'll be serving for the match. Can she get the break of serve, Mira Andreeva? First break point has come and gone, so it's 30-40. Siniakova on the attack, Mira trying to defend. And Siniakova on top of the point and on top of the net, and she wins it. Deuce. Hijikata and Bublik have just started their third set. Hijikata serving first, and he's love 15 down. Mertens has a break point on the Bencic serve. So that's 30-40. And Taylor Fritz and Alex Mickelson have just got underway. Taylor Fritz 40-30 up on his serve at the beginning of the match. Yeah, I know. What a start for Fritz there with 3 aces. That was an old-fashioned racket smash from Bublik too, Matthew, yeah. For those of you just tuning in, do hit that like button. And if you are new to the channel, hit subscribe. Game point now for Siniakova to make it 4 games all. Okay, so Miro Andreeva here. Siniakova does indeed hold for 4 games all. Saved 2 break points impressively. Andreeva at the net. She should lose this point. Almost won it with a reaction volley there, but doesn't. Love 15. Hijikata here at 30 all. Oh, love 40 now on the Andreeva serve here, by the way. So this could be an interesting moment. They're into the rally, but Siniakova's gone long, so it's 15-40. Been a bit of a break fest, this one. Hijikata has held for one love. Now, can she get the break, Siniakova? Yes, she can. Andreeva goes long, so Siniakova's going to serve for the second set, 5-4. And this match has had a lot of twists and turns. Alex Mikkelsen has held for one game all, by the way. Bublik here up 30 love on his serve. And Elise Mertens gets the break at the beginning of the second set. So she leads by 2-1 with a break on Belinda Bencic. They might be going 3, therefore. Are we going to go 3 sets with Mira Andreeva and Siniakova? I confidently predicted a straight sets win for Mira Andreeva, and it was looking that way at 15-40 a couple of games ago when she had 2 break points to therefore serve for the match. But she couldn't take either of those break points. Siniakova dominating some of the points. And then immediately afterwards, Siniakova goes and breaks Mira Andreeva, and now she will serve for the second set. Bublik here, love 130 love. Bublik is passed, so it's 30 all. Can Siniakova serve this out and take us to a third set over the defending champion? Forehand here from Bublik goes into the net, so it's going to be a break point for Hijikata already. Mind you, it's love 15 on the Siniakova serve, and it is going to be love 30 now. Plenty of wind there on that Stadium 1 court. Hijikata squanders the break point opportunity, and squander being the operative word because he really had a chance to win that point, but it is deuce. Second serve here at deuce between Bublik and Hijikata. And Andreeva puts the smash away, and it's love 40. Hijikata with another break point at love 1 on the Bublik serve. Backhand from Siniakova into the backhand of... Oh, and Siniakova dumps a backhand in the net, and we are back on serve. 5 games all. This is a match that keeps on delivering in what has been a break fest thus far. Mickelson gets the early break on Taylor Fritz, leads 2-1. And Bencic has broken back against Elise Mertens. Okay, so that brings you up to date with where we are at. Mickelson up an early break on Taylor Fritz. Bencic and Mertens are back on serve. There was an early break for Mertens in this second set, but Bencic has broken back. Siniakova was serving for that second set, but got broken back. And Bublik has saved a couple of break points and now has a game point of his own until he puts that backhand into the net. So we are at deuce in this Bublik match. Okay, Mino Andreeva here serving 5-all, 30-15. Bublik saves a couple of break points and holds for 1 game all. So Hijikata, 1 game all in the deciding set. Mino Andreeva, Siniakova, 5-all, 30-all now on the Mida serve. Hijikata here serving 1-all, 15-all. We've got a break point for Siniakova, though. Can she take it? Volley at the net. Doesn't do as well as she would like, and Mino Andreeva punishes her. Really, you'd expect Siniakova, an expert in doubles, to do better with that volley. (40-15) here for Hijikata, 1 game all. And Andreeva hits an ace to get to advantage on her serve. Game point for Mira Andreeva to get to 6-5. And Bublik wins that point to get to 40-30 as he takes the applause from the crowd. And Andreeva holds for 6-5. Mikkelsen trying to consolidate the break. He's at deuce. Mertens now in trouble at 2-3 love 30. And Hijikata does indeed hold for 2-1. So, up to date, Siniakova serving to stay in the match at 5-6. Hijikata and Bublik are on serve in the deciding set. Bencic has 3 break points on the Mertens serve to go up a set and a break. Mikkelsen has a game point to get to 3-1 in the first set over Taylor Fritz. Siniakova and Andreeva are on a change of ends, as are Hijikata and Bublik. Big question now is, can Mikkelsen hold? Yes, he can. He's up 3-1 after 15 minutes. So, Alex Mikkelsen leads by a break on Taylor Fritz in the All-American Affair on Stadium 2. Meanwhile, on Stadium 4, we have 3 break points for Belinda Bencic. Can she take one of these break points to give herself a healthy set and a break advantage? Yes, she can at the first time of asking. An hour and 6 minutes on the clock on Stadium 4, and Bencic is up by a set and a break. She has 1 foot in the round of 16. Stephen, hi, how are you? 6 p.m. in New York City. He wants to hear my voice, it seems. Make sure you hit that like button. Hit share as well, and you can share this stream with other people. Love 30 here on the Bublik serve. And love 30 on the... 30 love on the Siniakova serve. Andreeva comes into the net. There's a net cord there favouring Siniakova. But Andreeva still... No, Siniakova a bit lucky there, actually, to win that point. 2 game points now for a tie break. Hijikata gets the break, leads 3-1 in the deciding set on Bublik. It's all falling apart. Meanwhile, Mira Andreeva and Siniakova are going to a tiebreak. So, Hijikata, 3-1, leads with a break. Siniakova and Mira Andreeva have begun their tiebreak. Andreeva served first and won the first point, so leads 1-0. Hijikata here, 15 love up on his serve. Meanwhile, 1-1, Mira Andreeva against Siniakova. Mira Andreeva serving here. Sorry, Siniakova serving at 1-1, my bad. Fifteen all here. Hijikata serving at 3-1, 15 all. Siniakova leads in the tiebreak by 2 points to 1 over Mira Andreeva. Meanwhile, Mikkelsen leads 3-2 with a break, and Bencic is looking to run away with this match against Mertens. She leads 4-2 in the second set. Hijikata here, though, under a little bit of pressure here on his serve at 15-30. Meanwhile, the tiebreak, we have a mini break advantage for Katarina Siniakova. She leads 3-1. $30 all now between Hijikata and Bublik here at 3-1. And Siniakova is looking a bit disappointed with that last point that she's lost. So that's 3-2 now. Hijikata with a game point for 4-1. And Siniakova leads 4-2 at the change of ends. Hijikata holds 4-1 with a smash. Meanwhile, Mira Andreeva here, he's in a bit of trouble in this second set tiebreak. Siniakova's second serve at 4-2. Okay, so Mira Andreeva now has raced into a 5-4 lead in this tiebreak. She was down 4-2, but 3 points in a row sees her not too bad now. 2 points away from the win. Body serve there from Mira. Backhand to backhand right now. Mira Andreeva defending as only she can. One of the best defenders in the world. But she goes long there, and it's 5-all. Bublik here, 40-30 on his serve to get to 4-2. Oh, we've got a set point for Siniakova here. We're into the rally. Forehand from Siniakova. Good depth there. But Andreeva's dealing with it. Andreeva with a drive volley and misses the drive volley. Siniakova wins the second set. Andreeva's thrown a racket in frustration. Not the first time we've seen that kind of response from Mira Andreeva. And so we're going to the third set in this Mira Andreeva Katerina Siniakova match. Isaac thinks that Bublik will win. I'm not so sure. He's down 4-2 in this deciding set. Come on, Fritz, by the way. We've got a Taylor Fritz fan here. He is down a break 4-3. Belinda Bencic, by the way, is 2 points away from sealing the deal against Elise Mertens. She leads 6-2, 5-2, Belinda Bencic. And Mertens is serving to stay in the match at 2-5. And we're going to have a match point for Belinda Bencic. Match point, Belinda Bencic. An hour and 18 minutes on the clock. Mertens was up an early break in this second set, but Bencic has been dominant thereafter. Mira Andreeva and Siniakova are going to a third set. Mickelson leads 4-3 with a break over Taylor Fritz, and Hijikata is up 4-2, 30-15 in the deciding set. Mertens saves that match point, by the way. Look at that reaction there from Mira Andreeva. She's furious with missing that drive volley. It's a double fault from Hijikata that got us to 30-15, by the way. So Andreeva and Siniakova are about to start their deciding set. Hijikata 40-30 on his serve at 4-2. And Hijikata holds. One game away now is the Australian from upsetting Alexander Bublik. Mertens, by the way, fended off those match points and has held. So Bencic now serving for the match at 5-3. Mickelson is one game away from winning the first set over Taylor Fritz. And Siniakova holds at the beginning of the deciding set. Do hit that like button, by the way. And if you are new to the channel, hit subscribe. So Bublik serving to stay in the match at 2-5. And he's love 15 down as well as Hijikata fights for every single ball. Ooh, he nearly caught that smash as well, but 15 all. Okay, so Hijikata now serving for the match. So 5-3, Hijikata serving here. And it's love 15 on the Hijikata serve. So an interesting way to begin this service game. 2 hours and 31 minutes on the clock. $15 all. Hijikata, Bublik. Mickelson serving for this first set. And by the way, breaking news. Belinda Bencic is through. She has beaten Elise Mertens 6-2, 6-3 in a scoreline that is as comfortable as that suggests. So she moves on through, does Belinda Bencic. It was a very comfortable scenario. She was down an early break in the second set, but she broke back pretty quickly and ended up moving away. She did have a match point as well on her opponent's serve before ultimately getting over the line, losing just 5 games across the 2 sets. Was just too strong today for Elise Mertens. And she moves on through in the desert. Okay. What's going on? We've got Mira Andreeva serving at 1-2. We've got 2 set points for Alex Michelsen to win the first set over Taylor Fritz. And we've got some match points now for Rinky Hijikata after Bublik nets. 2 match points for the Australian to seal the deal and upset Alexander Bublik. Interesting times now. Good serve out wide from Hijikata, but he's going to miss that volley, 40-30. Oof, went for the serve volley there. I wonder if that's a sign of his anxiety. And we are now at deuce. 2 match points coming and going for Rinky Hijikata. Alex Michelsen has sealed the deal, won the first set over Taylor Fritz by 6-4. So the 2022 champ on the ropes right now. Down a set to his fellow American Alex Michelsen. We've had wins today for Brits Cam Norrie and Jack Draper, 2 former champs as well. They are through. Hijikata's going to have another match point here at 5-3. Good serve down the tee. Can Hijikata now get over the line for a surprise win over Bublik? Serves. Backhand return from Bublik is pretty good, but so's Hijikata's forehand. And that goes long from Bublik. Hijikata hands to the air. 6-3 in the deciding set. He is through. So, Hijikata shouts, "Come on," as he proceeds in the desert. And Bublik goes off to lick his wounds. He is out. Hijikata proceeds. Bublik, thumbs up to the crowd, but from that second set onwards, he wasn't at the races. We saw the reaction from him at the end of that second set when he did an epic racket smash. And Bublik exits somewhat early, round of 32. In the desert. Some of the stats, by the way. Performance rating, well, nip and tuck, 7.5 for Bublik, 7.6 for Hijikata. The serve quality, Bublik won that scenario with an 8.8 serve quality compared to 7.9 of Hijikata. Bublik, 41% of his serves were unreturned, but on the second serve, Bublik winning just 44% of his second serves. Plus, his returns were not great today. And in fact, he was not able to get a single break point on the Hijikata serve. He, of course, won the first set on a tie break. In terms of unforced errors off the two wings today, we had 45 unforced errors. That's just from the forehand and the backhand from Bublik today. And he only won 10 of his 16 points at the net. And ultimately, it's Hijikata who proceeds. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.